What's going on, everyone? Average Player here, and sorry if my voice sounds a little shot. My nose is going crazy, but I finally got the deck figured out. And I topped locals the day that I'm recording it with it. As by topped, I mean I went 4-0 undefeated, as I've been trying to figure out how to play the deck correctly, what good lines are, especially late game, how to play around stuff, what a good extra deck is, and that's why I have Goku covering my extra deck here. I've also been trying to figure out good cards for the side, so we're going to get into it. I don't think much has really changed since I last did the deck profile, so I'm going to try to make it quick, but also try to explain everything. For all the Maliss cards, we got 3 Mouse, 3 Rabbit, 2 Chessie, 2 Underground, 1 Terraforming, and then your 3 Traps. Okay, so it's a little bright. Sorry if you can't see. I know the 3 Dormouse was normal. I had 2 White Rabbit beforehand. Now I have a 3rd one. I just picked one up today. I picked up the 2nd Underground today. And then Terraforming, you can just play Terraforming if you don't have a 3rd one. 3rd Underground, I feel like it's a good substitution. Then you got to play your 3 Traps. Right? TB11 actually won me the game earlier because my opponent wasn't able to kill me and this card was set. So I waited to my turn. Or I didn't set it. MTP was set. I added White Rabbit. And then White Rabbit set TB. Activate TB, banishing White Rabbit. Summon out a Maliss card from my extra deck. So I could go straight in the access code. And that like saved me, or else I wouldn't be able to kill him. So, yeah. But that's it for the Maliss monsters. Next we're going to go into the extenders. I play 2 this deck is either 41 or 42 cards. I'm not 100% remembering. Like I said, I am a little tired after all that. But 1 Dotscaper, 1 Coda Soul. Some decks don't play Coda Soul. I love it, especially since I play Sign Up Mining. Coda Soul's good. It's a good extender. You can special summon it out if it's in the graveyard. And with you being able to summon your Maliss monsters on your opponent's turn, be able to banish Coda Soul from your graveyard to go into your interruptions. You can go into cards like White Binder for the Graveyard Rip. If you haven't done that yet, you can go into, depending on your cards, you can go into Heart's Cryptor, whatever it is. Today I actually ran into having the normal summon Dotscaper to get my plays going. And you're just going to have to listen to me on this. I normal summon Dotscaper. Alright, linked it away for Link 1. Dotscaper comes back. Link 2, and you make Splash Mage. Right, because I drew Dotscaper for turn, I got I got Lanceiad, so I couldn't do any of my Maliss stuff, so the Maliss card ended up in the graveyard during battle phase, and this is turn 3. Splash Mage summoned out the other card, and I was able to play. If Dotscaper wasn't able to go back out to the field from the graveyard, it'd be bad. Right, and we only play three Bystials. Right, I'm a firm believer of these 3. Realistically, I only have 1 Perulia in here. If you cut 1 Perulia, you could play a 2nd Druid and 1 Baldrake, right? 1 Magnanut, 2 Druid, 1 Baldrake is actually very good, but I only have 1 Druid, so I play 1 of each, and these actually came up good with my wins today. And these are the main 2 I saw, but Baldrake came up once and actually threatened board, right? Because of I got Lanceiad, right? And then he passed to his turn, and I was able to get a White Rabbit on board with Baldrake. And my opponent had to deal with it. But we're playing hand traps, and yeah, there's a lot of hand traps here. So 3 Ash, 3 Imperm, 3 Ghost Bell, 3 Shifter, 1 Perulia, 1 Called By. I put Perulia in here, so the Perulia in here, as well as the Coda Soul, are ultimately good cards. This is a going 2nd card, Coda Soul is going 1st card. Perulia is good against Ryzeal. I only have 1, and that's why I only play 1. But the Coda Soul gets sided out when I know I'm going 2nd, because it almost has no use going 2nd. It's only good going 1st, in my opinion, because you want to use it for the Link 3 on your opponent's turn, or the linking, or whatever, right? So I feel like that's the only reason why it's good. Next is for the rest of the spells, though. 3 Signet Mining, 1 Gold Sark. I cut a lure down to 2. Gotta turn my lights back on. I'm sorry if it got dark. In 2 seconds. I cut a lure down. I cut a lure down to 2 and actually was still good, as I still saw it quite often. And then my big player today, I normally don't like playing talents in any of my decks, but talents was actually huge today. I saw it, was able to draw 2. I ended up drawing into another one. I wasn't able to put up enough still. So when I lived and I was able to play again, I talents and stole their monster and allowed me to win the game. So that's why talents is in there. I feel like it's good with Lancia being in the format, because they Lancia, and you want to try to draw 2 to draw more hand traps, because I do play a lot of hand traps. Or if you already have enough hand traps, you can always Lancia, rip a card out of your opponent's hand. So you can try to make sure that the card advantage is the same. Now we're going into the extra deck. Alright, the extra deck's a little different, a little spicy. But I'm going to tell you I'm missing a Bow. That's the only card I'm missing for this extra deck. But I actually didn't really need it today. So your last card can literally be anything. So we're going to go with the Maliss Links, 1 Red Ransom, 1 White Binder, 1 Cryptor. That's standard. Next, we're going into Link 1s, 1 Link Decoder, 1 Link Rebo, 1 Link Disciple, and this is one of the things I added in that I actually like. So if you summon Link Disciple and you have a Bisteel in your hand, you're basically going Link Disciple, tribute off one of your ones that you haven't used, one of your Maliss monsters haven't been banished yet. You have to draw a card, place a card from your hand on the bottom of the deck that you technically don't need, or I feel like this is going to come up later when if Underground it's limited to 1. Then you, if you draw Underground, you can put Underground back to the bottom of your deck and still be able to play, and then a Bisteel can banish whatever Maliss from your graveyard, summon it back out. Or if you already just have enough bodies, Link Disciple's still good, because you're still able to go into Splash Mage and go into your plays anyway, as well as getting a decent draw, because you can draw multiple times in the combo. So you can get a draw in the combo. The way it works, you can get a draw off of Link Disciple, you get a draw off a White Binder, you get 2 draws off a Chessie Cat, and you can get a draw off a Nightmare Griffin. But now we're going into our Link 2s. 1 IP, 1 SP, 1 Splash Mage, and 1 Haggard. I feel like this is just completely normal. If I'm being honest with you. You technically don't need IP SP. Right? And I lost a round earlier because I didn't use IP to make my Griffin. Other than that, you know, IP SP is still good. I used SP, literally just hard made an SP using 2 monsters. And just had it sit. And my opponent had to interrupt it, but I also had other interruptions that they had to play against. So it wasn't very good for them in general. Next is Heat Soul. I have a QCR of this coming in, actually. We're just going to finish off the links. 1 Firewall Dragon, 1 Nightmare Griffin, 1 Access Code. I think that's simple. My last card's Aggregator, but it's a Bow. But honestly, I've been thinking about switching it out for a Link Spider until I get in a Bow. Because if this turns into Link Spider, right? If this is a Bow or Link Spider just allows you to play through Nib a lot easier, depending on what your hand is, depending on your plays. Because you can hold on to your Bisteels to use the Link Spider. So it's used with the Link Spider to make your plays. So once you attempt to leave main phase and they nib you, right, you can stay in main phase and, you know, still go into plays. But I had a board earlier, was Griffin here, Firewall here, and Red Ransom here. So Griffin got the draw, or it was the other way around. Alright, it was Griffin got the draw. Firewall Dragon has 2 pops, and I was able to summon Whitebinder back in this zone. And ultimately, they can't play unless they summon a card, Link Monster here that has an arrow pointing down, but then they only get the activation of that Link Monster, as well as the activation of the monster that's underneath it. Other than that, they can't really activate anything. Or they can't really activate effects monsters or special summon. Now the side deck hasn't really changed. 3 Nib, 3 Pank, 3 Droplet, 3 Crossout, 3 Lancia. I'm going to move it over because I'm used to my camera. I had to reset everything up, so going to address it for a little bit. I feel like Pank is one of the best board breakers in the game. And it would have came up earlier if it wasn't first round or first game in the match. But with people in my locals liking to play Tikaboo and stuff like that, special summoning Pank is just so good because it gets rid of things. Like, you can just swing into a monster, and then you go to main phase 2, you trip it off Pank and get rid of whatever it is, right? Especially since it's high enough attack, it's higher than Fenrir. Because Fenrir only has 24, this is 26. So you can swing into something, and then tribute itself, pop a card. So you can pop whatever floodgate there is. Or even if not, you can still special summon it, pop a floodgate, and then continue to play. So that's why I like Pank. I think it's one of the best cards to have in a sideboard. Obviously, I don't really have much of anything else. But, and then you have Crossout with the Lancias, because, you don't want to get Lancia. You got to have more way to stop Lancia, but Lancias are here because there's 2 to 3 other Maliss players, depending on the day, at my locals, as well as I know I'm going to be going to, I'm going to announce it, YCS, Rhode Island, and expecting Maliss to still be very strong by that point. And Lancia is there to basically say, hey, I'm not going to sit here and fall in the mirror. So, yeah, let me know what you guys think about this deck profile. My extra deck's a little different. The side deck's unique to me, basically. If it has Pank in it, it's mine, almost. But let me know what you guys think down in the comments. I'm always trying to not lose my lights again, but I'm always trying to do a little bit better with making content, making sure I have better decks. If it wasn't for the fact that I pulled half my crap, I probably wouldn't be playing this deck right now. Sorry about the lights going out multiple times. For some odd reason, the plug is weird, so I'm not going to keep turning them. I'm not going to turn it on, but I hope you all have a good day. See you later.